Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows, and what I have for you today is something of a status report, and also something interesting that you might find useful. A little thing called Airwindopedia. That's right, documentation, kinda. As always, if you gotta ask me questions about how these things work, forum posts and things, we'll try to respond. But nobody's ever had a detailed list of what I say about all this stuff. Don't mind me, there's a truck coming by. I'm out in the middle of this nice little walkway here. There have been some attempts at gathering together the kinds of stuff that you'd need to know, even if you were just going to refer to what I said about each plugin when I posted it. So what I've done is I have gone through, edited, annotated, and sometimes added stuff from every single Airwindows plugin post that has ever been made in the situation for the VSTs and all that. And we've got recycle people coming through, don't mind me. And as such, there is the equivalent of a goodly sized novel of material, which is all the stuff that I said. There are a couple of occasions where I would call it a historical note. Stuff was happening, and I included the entire post. Things such as the time that my mom or my dad passed away. And I continue to post videos because that's kind of who I am and what I do. So no matter what happens to me, no matter what happens in my life, this work goes on. That continues to be the case even now. My mom or dad are not dying right now, but life sometimes has a lot to throw at you. I may be able to tell you more about that one day, but for now, I'm posting Airwindopedia, and that is the edited sum total of every single thing that I had to say about everything that I did, and that is including updates, such as when there were relevant things to say that I would have answered in comments. I added those to the Airwindopedia, and it is going to be part of all of the collected downloads going forward. By the time you see this, all of the collected downloads that you can get will not only have what.txt, but they will also have this Airwindopedia, and you'll be able to download it separately. It's a simple text file. I have the plugins findable by a long list of pound signs followed by the name of the plugin, and then the little blurb from what.txt, and then the blurb from the posting. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because that's always been up on the website. Trouble is, if you're trying to just get up to speed with what's going on, it's been made more difficult for a number of reasons. The sidebar used to have every post. That is in the hundreds, and that started to become so heavy that it was making the page load really slowly and not work properly. So I had to go with the most recent year. That's a goodly 50 plugins. That is not even a quarter of what's out there. So you should be able to look stuff up without going onto the website and either searching for one thing at a time, which is how I had to find all of this stuff during the compilation of this file, or looking for things and then hitting older posts and stepping like 4 at a time back through everything. That's unmanageable. And there was somebody who was trying to do it, and like my significant other also was saying, you should have more documentation. And I saw this person trying to get this documentation by walking backwards through the website using older posts, and I just realized there was no way that was okay. So, going forward, and this is another thing that I have to do, but thankfully it kind of fits in with the stuff that I already do, I will be making new plugin posts. I don't have a Airwindopedia for the free studio stuff yet, because I only have Rickenbacker bass out. But it may end up being that I'll have that for the Creative Commons sample stuff as well. For now, it's needed for the plugins. And every time I have a new plugin, I'll be writing up the blurb about what the plugin does and how you use it. And then rather than just posting that to forums and on the website, I will also be copying that out and putting it in the Airwindopedia file and including it with all the downloads as well. It's another step, and there's a whole bunch of steps, as you might imagine, but you know, it's worth doing. Further things going forward, anybody who is following me on Twitter has seen that I responded to somebody else with hints of a album, and there is an album, and you have not heard any of it. You know, when I was doing those music jams, the live music jams with the modular synthesizers and guitars added to it and stuff? Yeah, this is like that, but new. Oh. Kitty says hi. This is like that, but new. And I have come up with a theme for it, which is, hi again, which is relevant to where my head's at the moment. I'm very interested in sort of transhumanist kind of cyborgification. The music stuff that I do in the synthesis realm has been a lot about how can I compose while also having a synthesizer or a computer or an algorithm or a machine also be composing in a collaboration between human and abstract concept, between human and synthesis. And I've put a lot of years into working on this, and it is coming out as a final product. I got a good 19 tracks or so. I am not sure if I'm going to keep all of them. I'm going to keep only the best. It's going to show up on Bandcamp. And the theme is sort of goings on. It's instrumental, so it's not like there's a libretto. The theme is like goings on a future free Luna, which is coming to terms with being occupied by both humans and AI/robots that have developed to the point where they have concerns and representation and meaning to their purposes as well. So, and this is something that we can all think about in a world where, you know, I am posting on YouTube, and YouTube is a giant algorithm that is not all governed by humans. The whole thing about Google-owned properties and YouTube is that they are doing their thing and trying to maximize the layers of algorithm, the layers of AI between the human being and the giant machine running everything. And we're all subject to that. Increasingly, we're all subject to that. So it's worth asking, what do these things want? And do we learn to cooperate? Do we learn to coexist with these kinds of entities, with these kinds of worlds, rather than just insisting that they answer our needs? But then that's getting into very heavy philosophy, and I'm not necessarily here to do the heavy philosophy for you. I am effectively here to show you this kitty who lives where I'm at. Hi. explain about Airwindopedia, which I think that you will like, and that by the time you see this video, that is out, and tell you about this album coming up, which I'm kind of excited about. I have a bunch of work to do to put that together, and I will do that work. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.